Hello, everyone. I will be back in just a moment. Sorry, I do something real quick here. But hello, Ryan. I'll be back in just a moment. Oh, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Hello, everyone. Hello. So, right as I clicked the live the streaming button to go live, I went to my. I was like, okay, we just started streaming. I could go get like 5 minutes to get maybe like a drink or something. And I was like, oh right, I gotta take out the cat litter. So I I went and took out the cat litter stuff for our cats because I was like, all right, it's full. I gotta go take that out. Um, so I went to go do that real quick. Sorry about that. But hello, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. Um, yes, we are indeed backaroni for some more work on the Wanderer in Blender and Unity. I have been here. I'll actually just go ahead and switch the screen. Hello. Let me quickly adjust my position here. There we go. So I've been dealing with some artist block recently. Oh god, I'm sorry if you hear my squeaky chair. I actually have a like silicone spray that I can spray between like the joints of my chair and my door to stop it squeaking. I just haven't done that yet. Um, but anyway, I've been kind of like suffering from artist block, if that makes any sense. I don't know if anyone else has something like that, like if it's an equivalent with like poetry for you, Ryan, where like you want to make something but it's just like you just don't know where to go from here. I don't know. So right now we're kind of dealing with that in terms of my own mind. Um, oh god, I forgot this is like lowered to the ground. So last stream we were kind of just setting up the campsite so that we could duplicate it, and I was thinking a little bit, and I was like, I'm not happy with these tents. I think we are gonna actually make new ones. So I think what we're gonna do starting this stream, is we're gonna probably start working on the new tents, and I already have a concept in mind. Um, because I was thinking about it. I was like, I kind of want to redo these tents. So
Oh my god, Sammy. Oh my god, he's first. Oh my god.
I keep forgetting I was supposed to do a sound effect for that. I was gonna record something and be like,
Oh my god, he's first. Oh my god.
listen, I've been streaming more, so you guys have more stream streaks now. Yeah, look at you guys. Oh yeah, Miyazaki with the 35 stream streak. That's you could probably count back how far that is. It's probably quite a while. Miyazaki's always there, so it's good. But anyway, I am we can order more pizza. Oh god. Guys, I still need to set up my pizza avatar. Um I think the one thing that stops me is I have to set up the animator for like turning on the pizza box and turning off of it. and I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I mean, next Wednesday is the first Wednesday of March, so maybe if I get a burst of motivation, I'll sit down and actually work on that, or maybe we'll do a dev stream where I work on setting up the pizza avatar. Who knows? Anyway, I've been dealing with a bit of modeling block recently. I've kind of redone the foliage a little bit. I was kind of playing around with ideas, so all that foliage I painted, I got rid of. I know, horrible, am I right, guys? And March is coming. Yeah, March is coming. And like I've been kind of wrestling with here, I'm gonna show you guys actually. I'll just show it on stream. Hold up. Can I sorry, one sec. Also, Sam, I just realized what you meant by organizing your OBS, because I just found out I can make folders for my sources. So I put my alerts onto one folder and my dev stuff onto another folder, which is kind of cool actually. I got to go back and organize my OBS stuff now that I know how to do that. But I'm gonna pull up an image I want to show you guys, because I've been thinking about this and can't have folders inside folders. Oh, that's unfortunate. But like I've been thinking about redoing my foliage again from scratch, and I was looking at some concepts, and one of the things I saw recently was my friend Sam. Well, he's in chat right now, but he's been playing Pacific Drive, which is a really fun looking game. But one of the things about Pacific Drive is they have a very interesting aesthetic for their environments, right? So I was like looking at that, and I was kind of like, damn, that's kind of what I wanted for my environment, right? So if you look at this, so this is this image right here. If I can, one sec, this right here, right? This is what the environments in Pacific Drive look like. It looks really good, right? They've got kind of like the low poly grass on the bottom that you can tell like the streaks. I know how to do that. They've got the pine trees, which are like set up in a very interesting, nice way. And I was looking at this and I was like, dude, this is what I wanted for the Wanderers environment update, right? So you look at this and then you look at like that, and it's like, okay, and like I want to make this, right? I want to actually make this environment for my map. And I think the problem that I was running into was that if you look at all my trees here, they all basically look the exact same. Like they're very much the same tree, they're just different sizes, right? Whereas with this image, you can kind of tell there's some variety, and it's more clustered and it's a bit more thin too. So I was actually looking up like tips and tricks on how to make an environment look nicer, and I found a couple like tips on how to do that. But I think the biggest thing is that I will have to either I'm gonna probably redo my foliage, like all this foliage, like all these trees. I'm probably gonna oh god, I forgot the image is covering me. Sorry, wait. So anyway, so like the problem is I think like the trees that I made from scratch, these ones I made in Triet, right? So Triet's a program that lets you actually like create trees, and it makes the LODs automatically. So you see these LODs that pop in, these were made automatically in Triet. Actually, I could probably just show you guys actually one sec here. So my problem is that I don't think I have enough assets that I've made myself to actually create a really nice looking environment. Also, here's the imposters that I was talking about. Like these were created automatically in Triet because it like takes the scans of the stuff and it does it, which is really cool. So it automatically made these LODs super nice, very low poly. Like it's what, like 2 planes, and it just does it automatically, which is cool. But here I can even show you, right? So like you have this pine tree, and if you can see you can see like behind my head, I can't really move, but I have an LOD component here. I'm trying to move my head, but I can't. And if I move far enough away from this, then you'll notice that the tree changes to the low poly version and then changes back to the high poly version. So I thought that's what all the trees have here, right? It's a performance thing. So but I just don't think I have enough environmental assets that I've created so far to actually make a detailed environment that I want. And we've talked about this a few times on stream about wanting to make like a simple environment versus wanting to make like a complicated environment, and it's like, I mean, like I kind of want to recreate like this if I can. Although it wouldn't be like as detailed as this, I think, but it would still be a same feel. But man, it's just hard. So the environment's kind of been like irritating me, but I think what we're gonna do is I'm probably gonna worry about the environment last. Like I'm gonna actually worry about actually painting the I'm gonna worry about painting the environment last, I think, when I'm doing this update. So we're gonna worry about everything else first, and then we'll come back to the environment and probably get that all painted and stuff. I haven't sat down and done the splines for the power lines yet, which we will get to eventually. Haven't really touched the roads yet because we're currently waiting for that one prefab stuff, which I just realized that because I redid all the trees, some of them are actually in the road, which is not good. And I think last stream we actually varied tree placement. Yeah, well, I need different kinds of trees. I mean, these are all just pine trees that are like slightly different variants, which I don't really need different variants of pine trees. I really could just get away with one type of pine tree and just get another type of tree in there, and then clusters of trees as well. And yeah, there's a lot. I've actually thought about just getting an asset pack that has like a complete forest set and just using that to make my environment, and then go back and replace those with my own assets later on. So because the way that foliage works, for anyone curious, is that if you look over here above my head right now, we have all the trees like set up here, and then when we paint them, it's like there. But what I could do is, if I wanted to, I could change. I know you guys can't see the pop-up window, but there's a slot for changing the prefab that goes into this tree. So I could technically just slot in my own asset if I use like a pre-existing asset pack. Oh yeah, dude, this is a bullshit thing, by the way, but Unity doesn't really handle rotating the trees to match the slope of the terrain. Unfortunately, this is just a Unity thing. I can't fix this unless I turn these into game objects. It sucks. But the foliage painter does not actually like place the foliage properly on the terrain, like if it's slanted like this. So you'll get stuff like this where it's just a freaking, yeah, that sucks. It's not great. That's why you have to kind of like fix your assets to compensate. Kind of sucks. Okay, but anyway, we're not gonna worry about the foliage right now. I just wanted to tell you guys about that because it was kind of bothering me. We are gonna work on, I think, the campsite a little bit more. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna redo the tents. So I'm gonna go find the folder that I had set up already for the tents, and we're gonna start modeling a new tent, I think. Standing up the same way, yeah. Also, we did do a to-do list last stream, so I'll go through I'll go through the to-do list, and I'll tell you guys what I've written down so far. So we have subway. So we still need to do some stuff for the subway tunnel, but we can do that last. The Wanderer. Oh yeah. Oh right. I talked about this last stream. We still need to sit down and do the photo board stuff and all that. So we need to make we need to make the frame and then put it up here and get all the photos on here. I don't know how I'm gonna do that still. I think I'm just gonna have a frame and then just have a bunch of frames going like up the wall and stuff. Some of them small, some of them big. We still haven't figured out if we're gonna do an atlas yet. That's kind of something I've been thinking about. But yeah, no, we still need to do the community pictures on the wall, story stuff at the library, which will come last. For the outside area, I was writing down some more stuff here. We need to model a bridge. Let me see. We need to model a bridge. We need to model a dock for the lake. We need to model a new tent, which is the one we're going to be doing here in a moment, the triangle style tent. We need to set up the campsites and the watchtowers around the map, which is going to happen after we get the tent modeled. We need to install the intro sign to the road, which I already have the model done for that. I just don't have the texturing done. We need to connect the power poles via the splines, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically these things right here. So we need to connect all the power poles we have here with splines, essentially. So that's going to be another endeavor we're going to be working on. later. Um, we need to work on the lakes and the waterfalls, which is coming over here, which is primarily either importing the new water shader and giving it a try, or and working on maybe like setting up a better waterfall, because I set this one up pretty quickly. I know how to do it now, which is nice. But I did set this one up pretty quickly. Although this material is technically set up now to do the waterfall stuff just fine. Um, I might just like set up a better like setup for it, but otherwise, lakes and the waterfalls, we can work on that a little bit. Rocks are another big thing as well. If I can reference this image again, I know you guys can't see it in the image here, but this Pacific Drive has low poly styled rocks, and I think that's what I wanted to go for. So instead of these rocks where they have like this kind of texture and they're a little bit higher poly, we're gonna make rocks that are a bit lower poly and use a very plain texture to kind of mimic that. And I think that also ties into the environment update, because we need to most likely redo our terrain texturing to match a more stylistic like low poly forest kind of feel, I would say. But I don't quite know how I'm going to do that yet, because I need to go look at references for what that would mean. So maybe instead of using this rock texture, we'll use like a better rock texture that more fits a low poly aesthetic, you know? You know what, you guys know what I mean? Basically, just like that. And then yes, another thing is in updating the trees and the environments to fit a specific style. So that's all like later on. And then stuff to do later down the line: cleaning up the road, doing lighting, setting up the light map UVs, working on the fast teleport system, and then story related content, which will be like the last thing we do. So for now, we still have a few more things we need to model. So let me find my Blender project and get that open here. So we're gonna start with the tent, because I do want to get the tents done. How many more models do we still have to make? We need to make a bridge, which if you guys remember, I was talking about putting a bridge like right here. We need to work on a dock, which is gonna go on this lake somewhere, probably like right here, I would say. Just a dock. I just want to put a dock there. We need to work on a tent, which is obviously what we're going to be doing now here to get the campsites going. And then after we get the tents done, we can start setting up the campsites, and we can start moving some watchtowers around. Although I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the functionality done. I think what we do is before we start duplicating the watchtower and moving it around, I think we're going to get the lighting set up inside. So we're gonna get like an actual light up here. Maybe freshen up the roof a little bit. I think the roof could use some like planks going up the top of it, I think, to make it look a little nicer. And we want to also get a light source inside here so that we can get it baked. And then we also want to quickly set up the watchtower to have a teleport system real quick. And then that should really be about it, I think. And then once we get that, and the colliders too. And then once we get that done, we can actually duplicate this tower and just move it around the map wherever we want, because it'll be set up ready to go. Same thing with the campsites too. The campsites, the reason why we're doing like this parented system for the campsites is because we're going to be duplicating this and moving it around the map. But I want to make sure this campsite is basically done, or at least like set up for the basic stuff. Like, we got the campfire, which if you guys saw last stream, we actually did sit down and we did sit down and actually model this campfire from scratch. So we have a new campfire, which is nice. And then you guys probably also saw too that we added on we put on the fire effect there. We also have a light source on here as well, which that's what the light looks like if I turn it on normally, but we're gonna have to bake it and see what it actually looks like. Bocchi the Rock. I've not actually watched Bocchi the Rock, ironically. I still need to. So yeah, okay, I'm lollygagging right now. Let me actually find my files for this doodad. So we said we were working on, yeah, here we go. All this stuff's kind of going here. Campsite, here we go, and then tents, right? Gotcha. Oh yeah, because we already got the file open here. Okay. All right. So we're gonna switch over to Blender for now. I'm gonna close Unity just so that it's not like chugging in the background for a bit while we model. So if you guys remember last time, we modeled this. Oh, I'm gonna adjust myself in my chair. 1 second. So if you guys remember from last time, we were working on set. We got the log kind of like updated a little bit, so we're good on that. Yeah, so all that's campfire stuff, so we can just turn that all off. Okay. Campfire, you're good. What is this? Oh, this is I'll put that onto campfire too. So we're gonna work on the tents now. And I'm gonna go quickly find some references here real quick for tents. I have a specific kind of tent I want to make, but I want to look at some images because reference images are always good for when you're trying to make something. 100%, it's always really good, so you can see how something is made and whatnot. This tent's probably not gonna take too much work because it's literally just like a basic triangle style tent, I would say. I'm just looking at some references. What I like to do is sometimes it's like I get a couple of references and then I combine them. So like maybe one reference will have something about it while another one will have something different, and then you just combine them to make something because it still technically works. So it's always a nice little thing there. But I got some references here. This one looks nice too. Okay. Okay, that might work. I could get away with doing like a cloth. No, we're not gonna do cloth physics for this. We don't need to. I'm not really aiming to do cloth physics for this kind of stuff. There's a couple different styles of tents we could make as well. But we're gonna stick with the traditional triangle tent. So I'll bring the images into Blender so you guys can see them 1 sec. So we got one tent, which is this one. So I'm thinking like this kind of tent, right? Like we're going for like the triangle tent, basically. So we'll have like a triangle tent with an opening in the front and then the framing inside. And then we're gonna combine this concept with another concept, which is this one. Oh, I flipped that, whoops. And we're gonna combine it with this one, where it has the little wood spikes on the side here. So we're gonna combine the two concepts together. We're basically just making this tent right here, but this one's gonna be kind of like a reference as well. Oh, hey, that worked. You guys hear me gulping? What's okay? Okay, thank you, Proxy. 1 sec. I sound effect my own gulping sound for the water. I think it's kind of bad. I might make a new one. I tried doing the like that. It's so stupid. Thank you, Proxy, though. Hello. Welcome to the dev stream. This is where all the magic happens for the Wanderer. Alright. Let's get started on this tent concept. So this is gonna be, I think, very basic. Oh, I pressed 4 instead of 1, guys. Whoopsie. So we're gonna do like that, and then we're literally just going to. I'm just gonna do. Like this. And then what we're going to do for this is we're going to make a smaller version. You'll see why the magic happens in a second, I promise. 1 sec. It's kind of like this. I'm going to do it this way just because it might be the most easiest. So we're looking at just fucking slapping this baby in here. Voila. We've got the basis for a tent. We can always stretch this out a little bit, give him a little bit more room. That might be a little bit too big, I think. So we can very much. Here, I'll just apply that, and then I'll just delete it. So what we can do is, just to be safe, we can also just move this down a little bit if we need to. I think the problem with triangle tents is that like you can walk in here. It's like the collision might be a little weird. I don't think I'm gonna add I don't know if I'm really gonna add colliders to the side of the tent. I might just make it where you can walk in and out of it like easily. I think it might be funny though to add collide. I mean, the problem with adding colliders is that there's like you would only be able to like walk in the very center. So I might just make it to where there's no colliders. So this is like the basis of what we're going for, as you can tell here. A little bit difficult to. Oh yeah, well actually, what we're gonna do is So in reality, what it's actually supposed to be is it's actually supposed to be like a little bit more inverted like this, but then we actually. I think if I remember correctly, we actually just size this up and size it like this. I don't think I'm gonna put colliders on this. I think it's just gonna be a little too weird. I'm trying to see if I can like get away with trying to make it a little bit more bigger on the inside. It's like you look in and it's like, oh, it's like a gap here and stuff, basically. We don't need to make this a super high poly model. So we're trying to avoid making it too insanely high poly. Basically. And the door is just gonna be, yeah. The door I think is just gonna be I'm trying to think here. Yeah, because it's like inverted on the inside, so that looks pretty okay. We'll smooth shade the inside so it actually won't look too bad. But as for the door, actually, I think for the door we're just gonna copy this where it has like a little blanket going on the side here, kind of like how it's like strapped in. So we will probably take that concept. Also, I kind of like how this one has like it's like inset here, like the bevels. I think that's actually kind of a nice feature. Although I think I'll probably attach that externally. I probably won't divide that from the model itself. Also, there is one thing I quickly need to do just for my own sanity. Not, so I don't, there you go. Just do that real quick. That's gonna help. There we go. Just to do that. There we go. Try to think of how I want to do this. Sanity is overrated. Yeah, it's true. Well, more of a modeling. It's more of my modeling sanity than anything, just for later on. That's probably more of a texturing thing than an actual mesh thing. I wonder if can I bevel? No, I cannot bevel that. I think if I wanted to bevel that, I would need to like need to do like this and then no, yeah, it's not gonna work. No, we're not gonna do that. I'll keep the incision on the center here just because that's probably useful, but otherwise we'll just leave it. Oh yeah, also I will also do an incision here because I do actually want to lower this slightly. And we'll shade we'll actually I think what we'll do is we'll actually do one here and one here, and then we'll like lower these ones very slightly just to give off like the oh, well that's too low. Okay, well maybe raise it up just a little bit more. Yeah, that's good enough. Not perfect, but good enough. It's hard to like get it nailed just right, but yeah, there we go. Sorry, like I'm just like thinking of how I want to do this. First off, I just realized save half the work by just doing this. I just realized I forgot I could do this. Y-axis. There we go. Perfect. There you go. Now I only have to do half the model. So voila, save myself half the work. Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna do this cloth a little bit here. I don't know if we'll do the pole. I think the pole might make sense, like in this case. Because obviously something needs to be standing it up. So in this case, we could do like the pole here and then have these like straps here. So we do like a pole. So we can set up the pole real quick. That's just gonna be a basic cylinder here. Oh yeah, Sam. Once again, I extend the offer if you wanted to cameo on the stream for Dev Talk. You're welcome to join. I should have a channel point option where it's like cameo on the stream for like 20,000 points, and then I just bring one of you guys on the stream. You just talk about the most random stuff. That would be kind of funny. Would I do it? Maybe. Okay. Not every tent has. Okay, well, I know not every tent has a pole down the middle, but I think in my case I might do this. Well, it would have to have some kind of. Well, I guess in this case it could just have the metal frames going on the side, and that would work. Decisions. I'm gonna do the poll and see what I think of it when I finish it. So. Not even 69. Oh, true. I forgot we had that whole thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Get you. Make sure this doesn't actually clip out of the mesh. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make this like super skinny, I think. Like that's like skinny as in like that skinny. So I think we've only had 2 people that I can remember off the top of my head redeem that option. Imic and Reiji. Those are the 2 people that I know of that have maybe one more person, but my memory is kind of shoddy. Shoddy and a funny. Sorry. Actually, we could just get away with it. Actually, we could just get away with the pole being like right here. Maybe there might be a third person, but I remember those 2 vividly for some reason. Like out of all the people I remember, you can do about 14 times. Hey, if you want to burn your channel points, there you go. You could burn them that way. Oh yeah, hey, sorry, I just looked on Discord. I kind of want to talk about the dream that I had. I was talking about it in the Discord, like the whole school dream stuff. Oh, I just realized. Stop. I had that dream last night. It was weird feeling. Cause like I do sometimes have school dreams occasionally. A lot of them are usually at my elementary school, which is where I spent like, I think, you know, public school here in the United States is 12 years, and you start when you're about I think 6. I believe you start when you're about 6 years old, and then you graduate when you're 18. So the first like 5 years of my public school time was at my elementary school. So I tend to remember my elementary school a lot in my dreams, really the school. But this one actually took place in high school, which is a little uncommon, since a lot of my high school dreams tend to be more different. Well, I don't really have high school dreams very often, I would say. I tend to usually have elementary school dreams, but this one was interesting because it was like a very much like a last day, like one of the last days of school kind of dream that I had, and I haven't had one of those in a while, or even at all. I don't remember. And I just remember it being interesting because like I don't know how to explain it. I just remember it being very interesting because, you know, because it was like the sensation that I had of like exiting school, I guess. I don't know. Because like the dream went like this basically. So I was in class and I was in class, and I just remember it being like a rambunctious class. So like So like there was people behind me that were like chewing gum or putting their feet up and stuff. And I remember the teacher like gave us this really weird and convoluted assignment that involved like matching pictures in a certain sequence. And you had to do that like 50 something times, and the test was like multiple pages of like a packet. Um, and I just remember that, and I remember like thinking to myself like, oh, this is really dumb. Like, what the hell is this? So I just remember like thinking the dream was kind of weird and stupid. Um, but then like I remember I remember suddenly having like a revelation moment. I remember just like having a moment where I was like, oh, right, this doesn't really matter because I'm about to graduate in like 3 days. So what's the point in worrying about this? Um, so like I had like that like epiphany in my dream. And I just remember that feeling. Like I remember feeling really happy about that. I was like, oh god, finally. But then I also remember feeling like I wouldn't say scared, but I felt like a weird like, oh, I can't believe we're actually at the end of this. Like, whoa, this is a weird feeling, you know? Because I had that feeling when I graduated. I remember my senior year of high school. I remember by the time I got to my senior year of high school, I was like, I just want to be done with this. Just let me leave. Because I was like, at that point, I was just sick of it. I was like, okay, I'm basically done. I'm at the end of the road. This is my final year of public school. After this, I'm never gonna be in public school again. I won't have to worry about it. Just let me get out and get into the workforce. Like, let me get out and get out there and do stuff. You know. So like, the first half of the semester, I was kind of just like, oh, okay, like I'll deal with it. And then the second half of the semester, that was when I kind of was just like, all right, let me just be done with this. There's no point. Like, I already know I'm going to pass. There's no way I can like fail. I've already gotten like all good grades, and stuff, etc., etc. So it's not like I have to worry about like, oh, I'm gonna fail. Like, unless I did something really bad and I got suspended. But I was very much like, I very much avoided, I very much avoided any sort of like drama. You know, like I tried to avoid causing issues and stuff when I was in school. I wasn't the kind of person that would like specifically cause issues in school because I never really understood people that wanted to like cause issues, like people that were like really bad. I never really understood why people were like crazy like that, cuz for me it was like my biggest fear when I was in school was failing, was getting held back, right? Like the worst thing that I could come to my mind for a school, like I think like one of the nightmares I have revolving out school is getting like held back or like failing a grade or something. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, um, if your grades were like that bad in public school, you would get held back a grade. So basically, you would have to redo the whole grade again. So like if you were in fifth grade and your grades are really bad and you just like failed, they would hold you back for another year and you would have to do the grade again. And like, oh, that was such a terrifying thing to me because I was like, I don't want to do this again. I really don't want to have to do this grade again. But luckily, I was a smart kid and I always passed. I think the closest I ever came to failing in school was fifth grade, and the reason is kind of funny actually. It was actually because I got into World of Warcraft. I almost failed fifth grade because I was so like enamored by World of Warcraft. I just didn't care about my school grades. But I did manage to pull through. And I actually got my shit together in sixth grade, so I didn't make the same mistake. But I almost failed one grade, back like in public school. Um, and then I said never again. I was like never again. Also, I just realized, is this okay? Are these the same faces? Oh my gosh, they are the same faces, right? Uh-oh, that's not good if these are the same faces. Oh boy. Wait a minute. That's not. I was kind of hoping, wait, is it like a different? You're technically, oh no, wait, you are. Oh, wait. No. Hmm. That's a bit of a problem. Oh, we can fix that. That's easy. But like, yeah, like one of my biggest fears was definitely always the fear of just failing a grade because I just did not want to have to I just did not want to have to redo a grade basically. So I spent like every so up at that after that I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my shit together and actually try and pass, and I did, and I actually did really well. In fact, I did so well, that I actually did so well that when I went from 6th grade to 7th grade, I actually got put into an advanced math class. So they were like, okay, you're doing pretty freaking well, so let's put you in like a higher math class for the next year. So when I went into 7th grade, I was in a math class that was 1 year above like where I was right now. Um, so that was interesting. Um, so yeah, basically, that's actually okay. That's actually a whole other fun story actually. So when I was so I 5th grade was like I almost failed, and then I go into 6th grade, which is next grade, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna make the same mistake again. So I actually do my best, right? Like I do as good as I can, and because of that, I was doing really well in like math class and stuff. So there was like a program where if you were doing really well in math class, the next year you could opt into going into the next you could opt into going to the next how do I say it? The next grade essentially. Well, like a step up in math basically. So it's like if I'm taking a 5th grade, if I'm taking like a 6th grade, so if I take a 7th grade math class, instead of doing that, I could take an 8th grade math class, um, and vice versa. Um, so I think it was actually my 8th grade class. Actually, wait, yeah, yeah, it was my 8th grade class. So my 7th grade, I did really well, and then 8th grade, I actually was able to go up a level in math. So 8th grade, I did geometry, which was actually originally a class that you would start in 9th grade. And then in 9th grade, I did a class that was for 10th grade, and then 10th grade, I did a class that was for 11th grade. And I can't remember if it was when I was in 11th grade or 12th grade that I downgraded. And I actually remember the reason why. It was because I was to the point where it's like there really isn't a reason for me to like go an extra grade up. Like I have no reason to do this. Like, there's really no point. I mean, like, yeah, I guess it would look better on like the college stuff, but it also just didn't. I just didn't really care. At that point, I was like, okay, just let me like. I just want to be done with this. So I'm going to. So I'm going to just take a math class that's at my current level and not go a step up. So I didn't really want to do calculus. I just really did not want to do calculus. I was like, no, thank you. I am good. I think I will avoid that horrific fate of having to do calculus. I think I'd rather keep my sanity. Thank you very much. And there just wasn't really a point. Like, I mean, people talk about, like the whole thing is very much like you take those classes to do better on the whole idea is just like you take those classes so that you can look better on like a GPA. Your GPA can look better. But I didn't really care. I was just at the point where I just wanted to be done. Plus, my GPA was already good. I literally graduated high school in honors. Like I was part of the honors class for high school. So I like at that point I just didn't care. I was like, I don't need to take a higher advanced class. Just put me in a normal class, please. Thank you. Actually, it's funny enough because like the reason why I got my GPA so high in high school is because yes, I'm a nerd. Yes, exactly. The reason I got my GPA so high up is because I wanted to get a scholarship for college, and I knew that if I got a high enough GPA, I could actually get a scholarship and I could have my college be paid for. Because I hated the idea of taking loans. So I actually went through the effort of keeping my GPA super high, so that I could get a scholarship. I know it sounds like nerdy, like yeah, kind of a nerd, but that is like legitimately the reason why I had such a high GPA was because I wanted to get the scholarship, which actually did work out in the end because I did go to college. I went to a community college, not a big giant one. Uh, and pretty much 90% of my tuition was paid for by the scholarship that I got. So that was very nice. I didn't have to pay for it. It was pretty freaking poggers if I do say so myself. Um, but yeah, no, like the whole thing about being like held back and stuff, that's it just because like having to do another year of school, like an extra year of school, just it was just like I think I'd rather just do my work than do another year of school. Thank you very much. I never could understand like because I think everyone has this the problem with being so high up is everyone keeps having babies and one day you can't fulfill them anymore and just want to live in no freaking life. I didn't really have that for me. I never really had people like egging me on, like, oh, you can do, like, you're like a great, like, it's like no, nothing like that, like I was just like, I was in my own lane. I would say nobody ever was really egging me on. I was honestly doing pretty fine. I was never bullied in school either. I hear stories about people like being bullied in school. I never had that happen. Um, I think I saw someone get bullied once in elementary, but um I don't know, like there was only one there was a girl that I knew in elementary who got bullied and I feel bad for her now because I know like I don't know. She didn't deserve it. I didn't bully her. I should probably specify that. Like the other students did, but I saw it happen. And I was just like I still think about it sometimes, like that kind of sucks. I wonder what she's up to nowadays. I think she's probably done better. Um but by the time I got into middle school, bullying wasn't really a thing. It's kind of sounds weird, but like bullying, I didn't really see people getting bullied. Okay, there was one guy in middle school that was like a lot of people saw him as being really weird, and he smelled, um, and like people just didn't want to be around him. And like I was the only one that actually talked with him, so he would like come up to me to talk to me, and because I'm like a nice guy, so I didn't want to be rude or anything, so I talked to him. I mean, he's not a bad person. Um, He's pretty cool. He was pretty okay. He survived cancer. He showed me the scar he had on his arm where they had to cut the cancer out. And I was like, damn, that's gotta suck. That's gotta suck, man. Um, he was a nice guy. He just like I think he was just awkward and weird, and people just didn't like because like it was especially the girls. The the girls in middle school kind of ruthless at times, and I remember one case where me and the guy that I was talking about and some girls were part of a group in gym, and they just did not want to be around him. They hated it. They would like stay the fuck away from me. I remember them being really aggressive. Oh man, dude, some girls in school just fucking suck sometimes. Um, there were some nice people, obviously, but some of them would just like dare I say they were bitches. But you know what I mean? It's just like, oh god, could you just like not could you just like calm down? But you can't say that obviously, because if you do, then they're gonna fucking come ruthlessly attack you in your sleep. So you guys got okay, wait, I'm gonna read all you guys' stuff here. You got bullied, you got over it. Just I have a story like that too, Ryan, actually. Which of my bullies into my friends. Oh, really, Proxy? That's interesting. Well, hopefully they kind of like you. They're not bad people anymore. When people in my school found out I had a GF, they could not believe it because I was like a guy who's mentioned. Yeah, see, I mean that's usually how it goes. Like those guys are always usually the nicest people, so they actually find they find love. Whereas the people that were actually the bullies tend to be just insufferable, and you don't want to be around them. Like there are people like at my school that if I looked at what their life is like now, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like drug addicts and stuff. Like they just like some people just were just bad. Yeah, so I have an interesting story about bullying. I was never the like victim of it, but my cousin, I don't think I've mentioned the story on stream, but I have a cousin. She's 30. How old is she now? She's like when did she graduate high school? She graduated high school when I was in middle school, right? So she would have been about she's in her 30s, I know that much. Before transferring to homeschooling, we got bullied once. Yeah, I never was the victim of bullying. I don't know why. I guess I just never really caught the ire of people that were bad and just wanted to fuck with me. Not really. Or just like I never really like reciprocate. Like I never really um was like a target for it because I just didn't care. Like I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know. Um, but my cousin. Sorry, let me do my cousin's story real quick here. So I have a cousin. She is in her 30s. She's a sweetheart. Her name's Jessica. Um, and the interesting thing about her is she is how tall is she? I'm like 5'11", right? So she's like three. How tall would she be? She's about only about 4 feet tall. She's about 4 feet tall. She's in her 30s and she's about like I think 3'11" or 4 feet tall. She's not tall, but the reason she's like that is because when she was younger, she had a spinal issue that stunted her growth. So she's always been kind of she's very small basically. But she's older than me. Um, and she's had like development like issues, but that doesn't stop her from being an absolute sweetheart. She's awesome. Um, but I remember hearing when she was in high school. I remember she told us like she was getting like bullied, and I remember me, my brother, and my other cousin. I have two cousins. They're brother and sister, but my other cousin. We all came together and we were like, all right, we're gonna beat this guy up. We're gonna beat the shit out of this guy if we find him. Uh, so we never did though. We never found the dude. But I remember like specifically having that conversation where we were just like, yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out of this guy. Oh my god, I remember that too. Luckily, it wasn't really that big of an issue. She was fine, so she could hold her own. I have a friend who's about 4 feet tall. She's very small, but she's in a high position in the army. Yeah, exactly. Actually, my cousin I'm talking about actually lives next door to me. I could go say hi to her. Um, but yeah, no, I just wanted to bring it up because you mentioned the whole you mentioned the like protecting your family member from bullying and stuff. I've almost had something like that happen once at one point. Um, No, she's still like she doesn't like she's like I said her growth was stunted, so at that point she just stopped growing and she's about 4 feet now. I don't even think I think she's even smaller than that. She's like how big is a foot? Like a foot's like that tall? Like one I know she's at least over 3 feet. Definitely at least 4 feet. I'm sorry, like I can't remember the exact heights, but she's definitely I would show you guys a picture, but I don't really want to like dox her. So you're gonna have to just imagine it. Um, yeah, she's doing all right these days. So she's all right. Um, but yeah, no, I kind of got lucky with not being bullied. I don't. She's not under 3 feet. I know that much. I don't know her exact height, but yeah, I don't remember. Um. Also, anyway, it looks like the interior of the tent's basically done, and it looks like it's also face orientated properly now, which is nice. So that's good. We could probably start working on the door here, and then maybe do like the little flaps of cloth if we want to make it look a little nicer. Um, so we might start doing that actually. I think I'm gonna be lazy and just duplicate this out. School was kind of meh. Like I never really had issues with it, but I was always kind of just like, yeah, I just won't be done with it. Just get me out of here. Um, just get me out of here. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be out of this place. God damn, this place sucks. Um, well, I wouldn't say that school sucked. I think the only time school was not the best for me was in middle school, but that was because I was going through puberty, and I think most people can attest that going through puberty is always just a weird time in school in general. So I guess we can. I think all of us can kind of agree that puberty is always a weird time. So yeah, we'll do something like this. Is that a little too tall though? I think it's a little too high up actually. I actually need to. I just realized it's a little too tall. Um, Actually, I can just do linked. Actually, right? Sorry. Actually, wait. What am I doing? No, no. Oh, wait, no. I'm doing it right. Okay. No. There we go. Something like that, I would say. And Mick, hello. We're talking about school stuff right now. Be glad that you were not in school these days when they steal. Oh yeah, the freaking devious lick stuff. Yeah. No, see, like, I'm so happy that I got out of school before COVID happened. I graduated college July of 2019. So if I had stayed an extra year in college or something, I would have had to deal with the ramifications of COVID, and I just don't know if I'd be willing to deal with. Okay, I say that, but at the same time, I personally probably would have really enjoyed doing school from home because I would have loved. Honestly, I think I would have thrived with from home school, like from doing work from home stuff during COVID, because I very much I very much really like working from home. Also, I think we're not gonna do this little triangle idea. I think this looks kind of stupid. I'm talking about the devious like just kids. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I'm just like you just reminded me of that like thought that I had regarding oh god, what the hell is happening down here? Regarding what is on here? Oh, this is a little weird, isn't it? Oh, okay, it's like beveled weirdly. Okay. Yeah, no, you just reminded me of you just reminded me of that, that's all. God, I think I beveled this weirdly. Did you bevel weirdly? I know you have like a weird vertice here, and I don't know why. Oh, right, I can just wait, that actually. Yeah. And then I think you just need to merge down here, and then for some reason we have a weird face here. So we can merge that here. There we go. But yeah, no, public school, I think I mean like college was what's nice for me because I um oh god, how do I even phrase it? Like college was like you have more like freedom and stuff to do things. I don't know if I would have how fun public school would have been if I had to deal with all the COVID stuff. I think especially like do the awkwardness of transitioning to like from school to work from home is weird. Also, I wonder if kids these days even have school days anymore because I don't know if they still have the infrastructure set up for work from home, but I would imagine like they might just make it to where instead of getting off a school day for snow, you would just freaking go to remote work, which I have no clue if that's how they do that these days, but that is a terrible thing to think of. So, because I would hate to have to um I would hate to have to do that. um yeah, no, my school years were pretty tame compared to some other people. Like I think the most crazy stuff that happened was in middle school, and that was because people just always got in fights. I think I saw more people get into fights in middle school than like any other time in my school. And I think it's because when you get into high school, you would get fined like $200 if you got into a fight. So nobody wanted to get into a fight in high school because they would get fined for it. It's kind of crazy how how much how much that helps to actually reduce people fighting in school. Just fine them. Hey, you have to pay $200 because you're fine. Like nobody's gonna fight in school. But in middle school, I saw a lot of people get into fights, and I think it was just like, puberty and shit happening. I was always pretty relaxed. I was the kind of kid where like in middle school, so the way that my school worked is you would get dropped off by your parents before school started. So like I would get dropped off and be like 30 minutes before school actually started because my parents had to go to work and stuff. So once you were dropped off, you would go to the gymnasium, and then you like all the kids would be sitting in the gymnasium waiting for the bell to ring to go to class. Um, but you could also just go to the library as well. Most kids chose to just go into the gymnasium and sit there and wait, and people were on their phones or talking with their friends. I went to the library. I would go to the library and I would just like I would either be because like I actually checked out a lot of books when I was in high school. I actually read quite a lot because I liked the quiet private time to just chill in the middle of the day. So in middle school, like when I got dropped off, I would go to the library and I would just like read my book that I had. And I remember reading through like whole series of books during my school years because I would just like pick up a series and just read it while I was in the library waiting for the class to start. Middle school was well, in college and university it is less fighting and fucking more weird. It depends on what college and university you go to because the one I went to was a community college. They did not have dorms on campus. It was very much like you just drove there, had class, and then you drove home. So there was no like fraternities or anything at my school at my college. So I never had to deal with that shit. But if you go to a college where you have to actually like live there, then yeah, I imagine you would have to deal with that kind of crazy stuff, which thank God I don't have to. So thank God I didn't have to. Um, yeah, I've heard some of the weird stories too. Don't worry, I've heard some of the stories are really wacky and odd. So you don't have to tell me twice. I mean, if you want to tell me an example, you're welcome to. But I am aware of some of the weird stories that people have talked about and stuff. So but I never wanted to go to a university. Actually, fun story. I never actually wanted to go to college. When I first got out of high school, I kind of just wanted to go get a job. And I remember my first day of college. I hated it because I didn't have my driver's license yet because I had failed the driver's test like a week before college started. So I had to wait 2 weeks to do it again. So when college started, I had to be driven to college by my family, and I hated it. I was like, oh, this fucking sucks. Because during my high school years, I actually walked to school and I walked home because the school was close enough that I could get away with doing that. But unfortunately, I did not have that luxury for college, so I had to be driven there. So for the first like 2 weeks of college, I had to be driven to college and back before I could actually get my license and drive my car there. And I hated it. I hated it so much. I was like, I hated having to wait for people to come pick me up, and I hated having to leave when people were ready. I liked having my own agency to leave and go as I please. Um, and I one sec. The rituals will be where they welcome and friends desperate not to push from around just to be part of the building. Oh yeah. I've heard some of the like it just depends. Like some people have like it's just some people know it's just like for fun and stuff, but yeah, like at the same time there are like moments where it's like what the hell? Why are you dealing with this? I mean, some people have died doing that and it's just like really? Is that really worth it? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That seems kind of weird. Um, but anyway, with my story, I already forgot my story. Wait. Oh shoot. Um. Oh right, yeah. So like the first day of college. Actually, I have a very interesting first day of college, guys. My first day of college was the same day that the solar eclipse happened in the United States. August 20. I think it was either August 27th or August 20. Actually, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Um. I have to go all the way like back to fucking. God, wait. Oh jeez, can I just type Okay, I think it was August 21st, 2017. Was I think it was either that day or the 27th, but one of those days was one of my first days at college, and it was a solar eclipse. So I remember actually getting out of one of my classes early because we all went outside with our solar eclipse glasses to watch the solar eclipse happen. And man, that was such an experience. That was so weird. It was like all the lights, all the basically the ambient lighting of the world dimmed, and then all the bugs and birds started going insane. Um, they all started like howling. It was crazy, and then it just like it looked like an apocalypse was happening, and then it just goes back to normal, and it's just like whoa, that was fucking wild. No wonder the fucking ancient people thought that this was like the end of the world. Felt like it was the end of the world for a moment there. I'm gonna be honest. Um, but then we also skipped the bulk of that school experience stuff growing up when I was being homeschooled. Yeah, I have no clue how homeschooling works. Like I always assumed that there was like some interest like way to do it. But my parents had no capacity to do homeschooling. Like my parents were out working and stuff. There's no way they could do homeschooling. Um, like my mom was always away from home at times working at the medical office stuff, and then my dad was doing propane tank driving, so he didn't get home until like 5. Uh, so yeah, we like there was no way, there was like absolutely no way I could do homeschooling because there was no one to homeschool me. So which is fine. I don't mind being in public school. So I played the Isle again. Oh yeah, dude, I gotta play the Isle again because they came out with the new dinosaurs, the Dilophosaur and the Herrerasaur, and I haven't actually touched them yet. So I've been meaning to pick up the game again and giving it a try. But I just like haven't touched the Isle in a while. Not that I don't want to play it, I just haven't been like in that mood to play anything recently. Um, like I've just been like very out of it when in terms of like work stuff. Um, actually, what am I doing? No, get that out of here. We don't need these. It helped that one of my parents was a teacher. Oh yeah, I mean yeah, if one of your parents is a teacher, yeah, that would definitely help. I don't think like my parents like mine couldn't do homeschooling. There's no way. They don't have like the expertise or education for that kind of stuff. So hey, if you have the privilege of being able to did you be homeschooled, then by all means, that's more power to you. Probably some benefits to being homeschooled. Um, but a lot of people don't have that luxury. So a lot of people just kind of have to live with what they got. So which is fine. I didn't necessarily hate public school. It was just a bit of a pain sometimes. So you'll see what I'm doing in a second when I get this applied here. There. I'm trying to make it look like there's a rope tied around this and stuff. So just try to give it like a basic feel. I gotta play the Isle again. It's been a while, so I just haven't touched it because it's been a hot minute. So it has its perks. Downsides, there's not much contact with other kids though. Yeah, that can definitely have an impact. Because like even though I wasn't the most social of kids, like I still had those like interactions, and I made there were some people I made friends with in school. Um, although this kind of ties back into the dream that I had, where it's like, you know, uh, like the last days of school are coming up, and it's like after this I'll be out of school forever. And I remember my graduation ceremony. Actually, funny enough, I actually found the footage of my graduation ceremony on YouTube. Okay, if you guys are able to, there is a video on YouTube that is public that is my graduation ceremony at my high school. It is out there, and you can see my dumbass in there too. Um, so, um, yeah. But anyway, like I remember that graduation ceremony because after we had walked out of the auditorium, when the graduation ceremony was over, like all the students walked out of the auditorium at the same time. I remember going up to my friends, Matt and Tyrone, which my friend Matt's actually in the Wild Claw Discord. He's in there. I still talk to him sometimes. My friend Tyrone, I've talked to him. I think I had contact with him at one point when he talked to me about like doing his therapy stuff. He's doing okay now. But I remember talking to those two like after the ceremony, and I think I don't remember if I made the remark or one of them made the remark, but like I think a remark was made like that basically said, "Oh, this might be the last time we ever see each other." Um, and then like after that, I walked to my family and took the photos, and then we all left, and like you don't. It's kind of hard to think about like that's like a turning point, like everything changes after that. Like um you're no longer in school, you're out of school now, you're out there in the world now. And it can be kind of hard to actually like conceptualize that a lot of the times, because a lot of the times you're just kind of like, oh, I'm still in this phase, uh I'm still in this like phase of like in school, but not anymore. No, now I'm an adult. um Thank God I did not have parents that just threw me to the wolves after I turned 18. Man, I don't know, man. I just like I don't think there's parents that do that are just kind of crazy. Like especially in this day and age, like God, there's no way you should be doing that. Absolutely wild to think about. Um like it's hard to maintain contact without a reason. Yeah. The reason why I'm still in contact with my friend Matt is because we actually played games outside of school together. I actually like he and we actually talked through Facebook Messenger, and we actually like played games on Steam together and stuff. I think one of my one of my favorite games that we played together. We did play Ark Survival Evolved together when it came out, because this was like in 2015. Um, but there was another game that I picked up because I was gonna play it with him, and I ended up getting sucked into it for a while. I don't know if you guys ever heard of a game called Firefall. Like Firefall, like FALL, like Firefall. Um, but that was a MMO game on Steam that I got sucked into for a while, and man, I miss that game so much sometimes. Oh my god. Um, I miss that game so much sometimes. It was such a fun game. It just got mishandled so much, and I'm still sad about it to this day. Um, but Firefall, it was like a futuristic MMO, and it was set in a future where like humanity tries to take this giant spaceship into space. Like they were trying to do a space voyage, and the ship crash lands back on Earth, and like the warp technology in the ship causes like um a rift in reality called the melding. And the melding is this like purple smoke like thing that engulfs basically the entire Earth except for a few pockets. And inside the melding, it's like a whole other dimension. um and in this dimension there's this like race called the Chosen, that start to like invade Earth in the remaining pockets that are left over. And so like the surviving humanity like binds together and starts like working together to fight the Chosen and figure out a way to stop the melding from happening, like to stop the melding. um and what's so cool about it is like the way the game worked is like, if you ever played Warframe has Warframe has like the Warframes that like basically are like different classes and stuff. Although Warframe, I don't really say it has different classes, but there's different Warframes that do different things. In Firefall, they had battle suits, and it was kind of similar, except they were much more class oriented, because you had four initial classes, and then you had four initial classes, and then you had two subclasses per class. Um, so the four classes were like engineer, medic, assault, and tank. I think it was the four classes. Um, and then each one of those classes had a subclass that you unlocked later on in the game. And guy, can I just find a photo? I'm sorry. Can I just like I'm just gonna like look up a photo. One sec. Sorry, you guys are gonna have to. Firefall. Where is it? I really want to find this. One sec. Oh shoot. Oh god, I forgot how old this game is. Like all the results are something like different these days. I just want to like show this off real quick because God, this game was great. I really enjoyed it. It had like a interesting aesthetic of like a card. Like, it was kind of like Borderlands aesthetic, you know, like like the game had such an interesting premise, and I just enjoyed the way the game played. Let me see if I can find like two screenshots here. Um, these gonna look kind of weird if I show them off, but the game had like here I'll just show like I'll show off a few screenshots here if I can actually. I can't drag these into OBS, can I? I don't think I can. I think can I just do like a can I just do like a freaking web link or something? Yeah, whatever. I'll just no, actually, you know what? No, we're gonna do browser. We'll do window capture. One sec here. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Okay. So this is so like oh god, this is so small. So this is like oh god, these image. Okay, here we go. So this is what it basically looked like first. It was a first person view kind of game. You could go in third person too. Um but like it had like such a interesting, unique feel to it. Because like these are like the battle suits you use and stuff, and I mean like here's a bunch of the classes all together and stuff. Um, but it was such an interesting game. And oh yeah, here's another good one actually. Here I can put this here. I hate how these images are so freaking small, dude. There we go. So like this is what this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like the aesthetic is like a very cartoony kind of like outlines and stuff. Um, but like it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I just don't know how to explain it. Like it just had this like very interesting aesthetic and very interesting story, and very interesting like style. And I just loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. Um, one of my favorite mechanics about the game is actually this. So, um, it was like an MMO, and you had like crafting and stuff. And to get like raw mineral resources, you would have to go out and find like pockets of mineral deposits that are like rich in certain minerals in the world, and you could like scan for them. Um, and what you would do is once you found a good pocket, you would call down this thing called a thumper. So this thing is a thumper, and it would like it basically does what it says. It thumps the ground and starts mining for resources, but it would like attract enemies and stuff. So you would have to like defend the thumper, and other players could come and help you as well. And if like once the thumper was finished, then everyone benefited from it and could get rewarded. Ah, man, guys, I just can't get enough of this game. Wait, let me do one more thing. Firefall fly suits. There's one more thing I wanted to show off to you. One of the main class that I played in Firefall was this guy was Dragonfly. So Dragonfly is a subclass of the medic class. So when you get your medic to a high enough level, you can pick between Widow and Firefly. And Firefly was the healing spec, like very catered towards healing, and Widow was more poison. But man, dude, I liked playing Firefly. It was very fun. Oh yeah, here's the four. Here's all the class. Actually, there were 5 classes, not 4. Sorry, there were 5 classes. There's assault, sniper, tank, engineer, and medic. So there were 5 instead of 4. Sorry. But yeah, they were called battle frames. That's what they were. That's what they were called. Oh, my music turned off. God damn it. Sorry. But yeah, no, I just wanted to show that off because I just was thinking about that all of a sudden. So yeah. Whoopsie. Uh but I got sucked into that game for like a period of time in 2015. Um yeah, I would say it was around like yeah, I would say like it was around May of 2015, I would say, roughly speaking. Um so I got sucked into that game for quite a while, I would say. I would say. It was a fun game, but unfortunately it got kind of mismanaged, and it died. I actually wonder if there's like fan servers still out there that still host the game. It's been at least 10 years since I last like heard about it. It died like 10 years ago. But I wonder if there are still like fan servers out there that people are hosting. That'd be so awesome if there was. I would totally play that again. Um it was a good game. It was very fun. But after that game, right after that I actually started playing Ark because Ark came out in mid 2015 and that became my new fixation. So Ark became the new thing for me. It's like the meme of like Andy dropping one toy and picking up the other. Um, something like that. I heard fan service was good. No, I mean like a fan server, not fan service. But yeah, I can understand why you would hear the fan service. I have my accent's kind of weird sometimes. Um, but yeah, no, like I would love to see if there was another like an actual server being hosted by fans of the game. I don't even know if it would still be a thing, dude. That's crazy to think about. I mean, it was pretty big. Like it wasn't like a dead MMO. It wasn't like an unknown game. Like it actually did have a pretty decent following, and it was a lot of people playing it at the time. Um, it's just that there was like mismanagement from the developers and stuff. So
The fan servers are fan service for the fans of this server's service.
so freaking true. Fan up, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. So by the way, this is kind of what I was going for. Look, by the way, uh, so far this is actually looking pretty okay. Um, I don't know if we'll keep the poll. But I do want there to be some kind of like support convincing. I think I would just keep the poll, honestly. Um, I think I do want to put like the little triangle patches on the corners here just to kind of break it up a little bit so it doesn't look all samey. But otherwise, this is looking pretty freaking good. I think I might do the door thing as well to kind of make it like give off the illusion that there's actually a door that's like open and stuff. I should probably close off the back of it as well, but I think I'll keep it open. Well, I guess I could just close off the back of this, but I have to apply the mirror modifier to do that, so we won't worry about that right now. You know, another game that I hold very dear. I see the game. I think one of the few games that I hold very very dear to my heart is World of Warcraft, and I actually was playing on a quote unquote private server for World of Warcraft Classic. Unfortunately, I lost my password and I haven't been able to recover it, so I haven't been able to actually play on there, and it kind of sucks. It's like, I would have loved to just casually be playing on there again, but um, I have thought about picking up WoW again, like legitimately, and actually playing it, but I don't know if I don't know if I really feel like doing that, like, because I don't really want to pay a subscription. I don't really want to pay like a monthly subscription to play a game. I've kind of gotten over that at this point. Like, the reason why I like Guild Wars 2 so much is because I don't have to pay a monthly subscription to play it. I don't think I've paid like any money for Guild Wars 2 at this point, but I've played a lot of it. So, Warframe's also another big one. I played a lot of Warframe at one point. Like, I did play a lot of Warframe. Although Warframe's kind of a pain because they kind of lock everything behind a time window. And it's like if you want to speed it up, you basically have to pay real money unless you know how to do your platinum trading, and then you could like just platinum trade stuff. But I just never was committed to doing that, so I just never got around to finishing it. God, I'm lollygagging right now. One sec. Oh my god, he's lollygagging. Actually, I'm gonna probably do Mark Sharp. There you go. I'm just marking the sharp, so it actually helps a little bit. Otherwise, this is coming along pretty nicely so far. I kind of like this, actually. This is coming along really nicely. I could do a cloth simulation to actually get these, like, ripples, but I don't think that's necessary. But anyway, you know, I hold WoW very close to my heart at times. It's one of my, like, I can't really stress just how impactful World of Warcraft has been to my life. My name, Wildclaw, comes from World of Warcraft. Like, that's how big we're talking here. Like very very impactful. I basically played nothing but World of Warcraft from like, God, how long ago was it at this point? From like 2010 to, I want to say 24, yeah, 2010 to like the end of 2014. I think it would have been like mid 2010 to the end of 2014. So about 4.5 years, I would say, of just playing nothing but World of Warcraft. And that was my middle school years and part of my high school years. So I would definitely be not wrong if I said that it got me through my middle school years. I mean, looked at within limitations that we wouldn't count on it. Oh, I would have assumed there would have been one by now, but if there hasn't been a Firefall server that's been like open privately, then I don't think we're ever gonna get one. I would have assumed like people would have been hosting their own servers like after the game had died and just kept going, but it's it kind of sucks because like it's one of those games where it's like I would have loved to see more because it was in early access, so it's like I would have loved to see like more be developed for it. But unfortunately, sometimes it just kind of things just don't work out, so kind of sucks. We're gonna kind of do like, so we are gonna make this to where it's basically like that, and then pull it like that, and there we go. Yeah, it's just one of those cases where like somebody would have probably already hosted something by now if they were actually going to do it. Oh god. I mean, World of Warcraft classic servers are kind of been around for a long time, but that's because like that's been a thing for years now. People hosting like classic servers and stuff just because Blizzard took away classic WoW when Cataclysm came out, so this is gonna be a nightmare to do, huh? I would do it like that. There you go. Hosting a server is harder than one might think. Yeah. I mean, it depends. There are some people that have like dedicated servers that they'll host like on their own machines that they like have like, and then they'll do like a thing where it's like, okay, if you want, like we'll accept donations and stuff for people who want to like help with the project, like help fund the server. So you'll get like VIP kind of stuff. That's, I've seen that happen a few times on private servers because that's just kind of how these things work. Like you gotta fund it somehow because that's not cheap. But unfortunately, it's a lot of times games don't ever really reach that point. A lot of games don't really reach that point where there would be a dedicated enough following to keep a server like that going. Firefall was special, but unless a game studio actually picks it back up and tries to capitalize on it, I just don't think it's really going to go anywhere. And it's already been at least 10 years at this point, so I kind of doubt there's going to be any sort of this looks fucking awful, by the way. I'm just gonna note that right now. I'm trying to replicate this damn thing, but I think I need like a more curves, more doodads here. I just don't know if I could do that. I'm gonna bevel these, I think, and make them look a little nicer, I think. Yeah, so we'll bevel like that. Actually, no, we're gonna apply the scale, and then we're gonna bevel it. Trying to make this kind of look like like a door like thing being rolled up and stuff, but I don't think I'm really pulling off the look very well, unfortunately. Just like this kind of looks fucking ugly. Sometimes you just don't know how to make something. Maybe I should. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing this wrong. I should be modeling it and then rotating it later. So we're gonna actually do it We'll use a cube for now. We'll use a cube. We'll elongate this on the x-axis. And then what we're going to do is boop, boop, boop. So we're looking at kind of this being like that. And then these being like this. And then probably one more edge loop here and here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to well, actually, we're gonna probably take this entire thing and bevel it. Actually, no, not the entire thing. We're gonna take boop, 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 boop. And then lastly, we need to bevel this whole thing. Yeah, something like that. Oh, and then yeah, we probably want to bevel this whole thing as well. And then we are going to go through and actually remove some of these vertices because I probably put too many in here. So boop, 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 boop. Dissolve. There we go. Kind of reduce that a little bit here. Don't need we don't need don't need that one. Don't need that one. Yeah, that's good enough. Shade smooth. And then lastly, we want to make sure these have a. Oh yeah, and then I think just for my own sanity, as once again I've used that phrase. There we go. Do that, and then lastly, I'm gonna just put some I'm gonna put some I'm going to put God, I've got to still set the local. I'm going to put some ropes around it to make it look a little bit more genuine, which in this case, we're not going to do curves. We're actually just going to do cylinder. Battle Forge, because they got permission. Yeah. Hosting a server. Yeah, no, it can be difficult to host a server for games like that. 'Cause, a lot of the times, like, yeah, you want to ask permission and stuff, but sometimes they just don't want you to do that. Or I mean, that's all. That, at the end of the day, that does kind of fall down to like an archival kind of issue, where it's like people still want to like play the game and stuff, but the devs just don't want to like host it anymore. So, which kind of sucks. That's just been unfortunate. Um, but it do be like that sometimes. So. I do something like that, I guess. I feel it looks really weird, though. Oh man, sorry, I'm like in the zone right now. Oh right, because the normals fuck up because the scale is not applied. Right. Um, aces. Wait, there you go. Perfect. Perfecto. And we're just gonna mirror this. There we go. It's kind of what we were going for, I would say. So now let's go ahead and rotate this and get this into position. Oh man, sorry about that. I know I'm not talking too much, but like I'm just kind of getting this going. It is nice to get this work done, though. I will say. I didn't get anything done yesterday, so I feel kind of bad. So it's like it would be nice to get kind of some of this done at least. I need to make this longer. Then make it skinnier like that. Yeah, trying to like I'm gonna go back to a point that Ryan was talking about. If he doesn't feel motivated, he won't work on stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's understandable. I'm usually that way too, but in my case, I do like to get stuff done if possible. Like especially when it's like a project like this where it's like I wanted to get this out a long time ago, but I just never got around to it. So like I do try to get at least a little bit done every day, because if I get at least a little bit done, then that means that I'm just like one step closer to I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. I just don't that looks right. I don't want it to be like in the middle like this. I mean that looks okay. It still looks a little weird, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna potentially cover up the top with the triangle and the bottoms with the triangle, so it's more insetted inside of it. But that would mean I would have to put this a little bit more inside like that, I would say. Kind of like that. And then that should hopefully get covered up, but oh yeah, no, it's not colliding. Okay, never mind. That's perfect. All right, we'll just leave it like that because we're going to cover up the corners with triangle now. I'm being DM'd. Oh, it's Miyazaki. Reverse engineering of the game. Oh, really? Interesting. To think that the Firefall Reddit community is still alive. That's crazy. Like I said, it was a fun game. It was a fun game, but yeah. I don't remember the exact reason it died. I think it was like the developers like either ran out of money or they got bought out and then they just like stopped working on it. It was something like that. It was definitely like the devs just stopped working on it, and whatnot. It had something good going, but I don't think they, yeah. Sorry, I went to drink. Oh yeah. Also, by the way, I will most likely be joining Sam for Lethal Company again tonight if he's going to be streaming that. I don't think I'll be streaming it myself, but I will be joining him again. So you are welcome to tune into that when the time comes. Hopefully, if he starts streaming at 8, I'll just have you guys go raid him, and then I'll be joining him for Lethal Company. So, but for now, we're just chilling. So, okay. We're gonna recreate this like part right here. We're gonna recreate like if I can. No, don't do that. You don't. Oh god, I'm selecting everything I usually don't click. Okay, I'm fucking up selection for it. Cursor to world. We're gonna work on this like triangle inset here. Because right now it's kind of just like a flat triangle and I don't like that. So we're gonna actually sit here and we're gonna quickly model those like indents inside of it. Now we're gonna make these we're gonna model it as a separate piece and then just like merge it afterwards, because I don't really feel like sitting down and I don't really feel like sitting down and trying to get this to like extruding off the mesh itself, because I just would rather not deal with that. So we are going to just do some funny little shenanigans here. What's another game that I really care about that I've looked at? Oh yeah, Spore. Oh my god, I cannot express how big Spore was for me as a kid. Spore was my first PC game that I ever played, hands down, no contest. Right game, of course. You do. I mean, there's not really anything else I know of that's called Firefall, so I think you found the right game. Spore, oh my gosh, that was my first PC game I ever played. That game, I fucking love that game. I loved Creature Stage. That was my favorite stage. One thing that kind of plagued me as a kid was like I could never figure out how to import other people's creations, because like I just couldn't figure it out, right? So like I always had an issue where I literally couldn't figure out how to bring in other people's creations. I never could connect to the online stuff for Spore, because there's that whole thing where you can like actually you could actually you know, have people's creations in your game and stuff, but I never could figure that out. So all the creatures in my game were always from Maxis, which is like the original developer. So I never had custom boys in my game, unfortunately. I only ever had the basic boys. So I didn't really mind though. One thing I always wanted to put dinosaurs in Spore. That was kind of the big thing I always tried to do was dinosaurs. But sadly I could not figure that out, unfortunately. So I just never really came to be, I guess. Which sucks, because I always saw like videos of like people having dinosaurs in Spore, and I was like, oh, I wish I could do that too. But like, yeah, Spore has this whole thing where you can like get other people's creations online and then actually put them into your game as things that will spawn. But I never did that, unfortunately, because I never figured out how to connect Spore to the internet. Also, yes, Hornet, hello. Yes, I decided to model a tent. I originally was against it, but now I'm like, okay, I kind of want to do this now. So we're modeling a new little tent here. A new tent model for the map, and I'm just adding a bit more effort to it, because I got my to-do list written down, and we do need to model a bridge, and we need to model a dock as well. But we're going to do the tent first, because the other two probably won't be too bad, because that's just a bunch of basic geometric shapes, but the tents I wanted to put a little bit of effort into. So yeah, and we've just been talking about stuff, so God, we've been live for an hour and a half already? Oh my gosh, it does not feel like it's been an hour and a half since we went live. Holy crap. Do I have... Okay. Oh, actually, I'll wait to go check. I don't want to go AFK right now. But yeah, no, back on the Spore topic. Yeah, no, Spore was super big for me as a kid. Absolutely loved playing it. Spore was actually, we're just gonna do this. Spore was just a big thing for me. Because like I said, one of my first PC games I played. I remember watching Machinima videos of Spore. If anyone remembers Machinima, may they rest in peace, because I think they deleted all the videos on their channel. But Machinima was kind of also just a term that people just used for some video format style in general, so it wasn't that bad. Oh man, rest in peace, Machinima. Even though they kind of deserved it in the end, damn, I kind of miss them sometimes. I just miss that style of video, I guess, the whole Machinima video edit style. Which, like, in hindsight, I mean, they kind of had it coming with how they did the M&Ms and MAMs, whatever they're called, like the multimedia network stuff. Like, all that stuff kind of was bad. Oh, yeah, Spore, the PC version of Spore has this particular issue with streaming. I actually ran into that same issue as well. I think there is a way to fix it. But I did stream Spore at one point a long time ago on my birthday. And yeah, like it does have a particular issue that's kind of annoying that you kind of have to deal with. So Also, I kind of wanted these to be more like merged directly into the mesh, but I wonder if maybe instead of doing this, I should do it. Well, because this one's kind of, yeah, we'll just keep it like this. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, there's probably guides online on how to do it. I think I remember fixing it because I was like, I really wanted to stream Spore for my birthday. I think this was like back in 2019 or something. Was it 2019 or 2018? It was a long time ago that I streamed Spore. It's been a hot minute, I would say. I don't know how I feel about these being kind of like popped out like this, because I wanted them to actually. I know why this isn't making me happy, because I need to do like this. I always wanted wings for my creatures, but a civilization I pointed them away. But I put them myself away. Then I found out they could still fly and move faster during travel. And if you like, yeah, exactly. This guy gets it. My one of my first Spore creations was a dinosaur. And I remember that save that I did for them I got soft locked. And what I mean by soft locked is I was in tribal stage with my dinosaur character that I made, and it was to the point where the enemy tribe, like we had lost a lot of our members in the tribe, and the enemy tribe had like come to like destroy our tribe basically, and we did not have enough people to fight back, so like it literally just ended up being like a massacre. Like they kept coming back to kill more of our guys, even though we tried popping about babies out of the tent and stuff. So I literally was at a point where we had no more tribe members, that because they all had died, and the enemy tribe was destroying our tents. And if they had destroyed all the tents, we would have been dead, and that would have been the end of the game. So I literally could not find a way out of that situation, because no matter what I did, I only had like one or two guys. Were you aggressive, neutral, or pacifist in playstyle? Neutral. I was definitely, I would say neutral with a side of aggressive. Actually, no. I think I did pass. I would say I was definitely neutral, because there were times when I would try to be nice, and then times when I would just annihilate the enemy team, the enemy bros. It just depends. But I think I did kind of lean towards more of a neutral play style. Very much so. I was never either aggressive nor pacifist. I was usually both. Oh, space stage. You know, I never really engaged with the space stage in Spore too much. I've never actually beaten Spore. I've never beaten Spore before. I've never gotten to the end of space stage. I still want to. I think I might have gotten spoiled by what the end of space stage is, but just in case, I'm still not going to look up what happens when you get to the end of space stage. But yeah, like one of these days I will have to sit down and actually, you know, play all of Spore and beat the whole game. Because that's just something I just have not done. And I should get around to doing that. So, okay, we're gonna kind of stick with this because this looks pretty okay, all things considered. Although I just realized that there's kind of a fatal flaw here. One sec. Yeah, no, I was a sucker for creature stage. That was kind of what I played more than anything. Creature stage was kind of the big draw for me. Like I always played creature stage. I that was what I liked about Spore, was the whole creature stage phase of things. Because that was like my favorite part of the game. Cell stage was pretty okay too. Cell stage is just kind of straightforward, but creature stage, that was my go-to. I would always want to play creature stage constantly. So that was just my thing, was creature stage. Oh, see, that's not gonna look good because it's kind of bent a little bit weirdly here. Oh, I could fix this though, I think. With one of my civilizations, I'll read that in a second. Sorry, it's a lot. There we go. Sorry, I just wanted to quickly zoom through that. With one of my civilizations, in which I also went to the end of the space stage, I had control of an entire section of the galaxy, and I just was so bored. I basically made different empires fight each other. Then I helped one civilization gain space stage, and then I just helped them become galaxy-wide empire, despite them only starting with Omni, one world, unlike pre-rendered empires who sometimes have multiple worlds when you encounter them. Oh yeah, yeah. See, like I said, I never got I never got that far. Like I said, my interest in sport went down every stage until space stage. I just kind of just stopped engaging with it. So even though it's not in the game, you travel to center of the universe. Yep, yeah, or you defeat the Grox, who have thousands of worlds. Yeah, yeah, I know about the Grox at least. I did encounter those guys. Well, I say encounter, but I know of them because I've seen them, and I don't think I've actually encountered one of the worlds yet because I never reached the center of the galaxy. But yeah, I do know that the whole point of the Grox is that they have like a lot of stuff at the center of the galaxy, and you have to get like past that to get to the center of the galaxy, which is technically the end of the game. Man, Spore had a lot of potential. Like the initial concept for Spore that we were going to get was definitely more focused on like creature stage and tribal stage. But EA kind of like butchered it. I mean, the game we still got was fun, but the initial vision of Spore that I saw, like a lot of the trailers I saw initially were like really interesting. They even had an aquatic stage as well. I once accidentally started a war with them. That was the end of me. That civilization was annihilated. Yeah. One of the things I still remember about Space Stage is the initial first contact, where you go out and you find like a crashed spaceship from another civilization. Like that like first mission you do when you go into space. Like I still remember that one fondly. That's a big one that I still remember. So I think a lot of people still remember that initial mission too, because that was the one where, yeah, like I said, you had to go if you get in alliance with the Grox, all the empires in the entire universe declare war. Oh yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, we're just gonna leave that like that. Um, we're gonna mirror these y-axis and then to. I'm mirroring this stuff just so I don't have to do it all over again. There we go. Oh, and then lastly, we'll do that for this as well. Perfect. There we go. Spore was meant to be more scientific. Yeah, dude. Oh man, I saw the initial trailers and I was like, yeah, Spore had a lot of interesting things going for it in its initial trailers and stuff and the concept, but then, like I said, yeah, ended up looking too cartoony. Yeah, see, I didn't even mind that. I thought it was okay. I still liked it. Like it was a thing that could appeal to like kids like me, you know, and that's what I liked about it. So, um, there's actually a game that's being developed called Adapt. That's basically a successor to Spore, but it's like the creature stage for Spore. It's literally just called Adapt. It doesn't have a release date, but it has a demo. And it has a lot of interesting things going for its creature creator that I didn't really get into. Um, but yeah, Curious Archive once talks about that Adapt game. I don't think I've watched that video. Maybe I did. I think I did watch the Spore video, but it's been so long. But yeah, no, the Adapt game is like the closest thing I can think of to like a successor to Spore. because it's like it's got all the creature creator stuff. I don't know if it'll have like a tribal stage. I don't think it will. I think it'll definitely probably focus more on creature stage. So they're still not past the cell stage. Well, I mean, they've got like the creature stage stuff going here. Like I see in the screenshots, like the demo even lets you play like as a creature. But yeah, like they really are going hard on making it like really nice and stuff. So yeah, no, adapt. You can play as a creature and adapt. Yeah, I didn't even know they had a cell stage. I thought they only had the creature stage for the demo. I guess I'm just talking about the demo in general, not the whatever you might be thinking of. Unless you're talking about Thrive. I think Thrive is another one that has like a cell stage or something. You might be thinking of Thrive. I think that's what the name's called, right? Adapt is you can look up Adapt on Steam, but it's like it's creature stage spore stuff basically. I just hope they actually nail it because I would love to play that again. I don't know, but it's like I don't really think there's a game out there that can recapture that feeling that Spore gave me. Because Spore, maybe it's just a nostalgia thing. I would say it's definitely more of a nostalgia. Also, are you guys okay if I quickly AFK for just a second? I'm gonna go put something in the oven. So we're gonna be right back here for a moment. So I will be back in just a second, guys. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I'm just preheating my oven. I'll have to step away in a second to actually put the food in the oven, but I'm preheating it right now. Do you want me to send you the link for the game that I'm talking about? I can send you the Steam link real quick here. Actually, I'll just put it in chat here. There you go. That's the game I'm talking about, by the way. So, but that's the one that like seems like it can come kind of close to being a nice game. So, okay, all right. On a side note, do you think I should do sleeping bags? Okay, I just looked. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, that's the one that I've got my eyes on and I've have wish listed for a while. It does have a demo if you want to try it out. It's basically creature stage, so yeah, Thrive. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Yeah. You know, I've heard of Thrive. That one, yeah, that one's like cell stage. Yeah, is a chapter in this video. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, okay. I had a feeling we were talking about the same thing. So, yeah, no, I think I might have Thrive actually wishlisted. It's not, I don't think it's on Steam, but I have heard of it. So, also, man, dude, I'm thinking about getting that Prehistoric Kingdom game, guys. Like, I'm a sucker for prehistoric stuff, and I already have Jurassic World Evolution 2, but the fact that Prehistoric Kingdom also covers like other kinds of prehistoric creatures and actually makes them like accurate, it kind of like tickles my funny bone, you know? Like, oh, that's tempting. I don't know if I'm like in the mindset to play a zoo game right now though. But man, dude, that Elasmotherium looks so cool. you don't really see like Elasmotherium portrayed in video games that much. Like that's why it's so cool to actually see it. Oh, that's cool. Sorry, I just like prehistoric stuff. Okay. God, Elasmotherium's so freaking cool, dude. They've got dinosaurs too as well. That's also a thing as well. I know Cat plays it. I think Cat has this game actually. Maybe. But yeah, no, it's really cool. Oh yeah, and Nigel Marven also does the narration for it as well. And if you don't know who Nigel Marven is, he's a TV reality star that does a lot of nature stuff. I think he's also I don't know how to describe him, but like he's very well known in like paleo circles because he does a lot of narration for that kind of stuff. And he also was the main star of Prehistoric Park, which is a really nice TV series that I like that came out like in the 2000s that I wish they had made more of. Oh, it was so good. The whole concept for Prehistoric Park was like there was so Nigel Marven had a park like a zoo, and he wanted to fill it with prehistoric creatures. So they have like this time machine stuff, and they just like go back in time to like these time periods to like look at these extinct animals, and they bring back ones that like are about to die and stuff or something like that. It's a cool concept. So like one of the scenes in the show is they're saving these two baby T-Rexes from the KPG extinction where the meteor strikes. So he gets them through the portal like as the meteor hits the earth and like causes devastation. That's one of the like interesting ones. And I think one of my favorite scenes from Prehistoric Park is when he saves the woolly mammoth. And like it's like the last woolly mammoth, and she's like the woolly mammoth is the like standing above the dead body of a fellow mammoth that was in her herd, and she like won't leave it, but she's like got spears embedded into her because she's been hunted. And one of the scenes is like Nigel like protecting her and like trying to get her back to health while there's like ancient humans in the forest watching him. They don't know like who he is. It's so interesting. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I wish they had made more of it, like more shows of it. I think they only made like 6 or 8 episodes, and then that was it. There was no like season 2. It was like, oh, I wish we had a season 2, man. Nigel, please, you gotta make more. Oh man, that series, that show was great. And I guess Prehistoric Kingdom is kind of like that, like maybe the spiritual successor to that show. I don't know if they actually has like a time. Okay, I gotta focus on this real quick. My pizza done? Oh no. Okay. Okay. Let's focus on getting everything unwrapped here first. So we're going to scale. So I'm gonna quickly just like get like the materials and stuff set up for this. So like we're gonna go ahead and just assign the checker material and then smart project it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this tint like somewhat merged together and ready to be textured. I don't know if I'm gonna do like a specific texture. I think it's just gonna be plain colors because I don't really see a point in going too crazy with like texturing unless I really wanted to make it look detailed, which I don't really think I need to. I mean, this will probably be like a wood texture, so be too bad. It's a good show though. What I would recommend watching it if you ever get the chance. It's called Prehistoric Park by Nigel Marven. Nigel's also done other shows as well. Like he did one show. He did a lot of prehistoric shows back in the 2000s. Like I think he had one where they were on a boat and they basically time traveled through the top 10 like deadliest seas in history, and they would go through like the different time periods, like the Ordovician, the Silurian, the Devonian, the Carboniferous, the Jurassic. Like they would go to these like, sorry, I heard something. They would go through like these different oceans and like they would talk about how dangerous they are. And they would like dive with the sea creatures, like the prehistoric. It's just it's wild. It's great. I love it. Couldn't get enough of it. I know it sounds like weird saying it out loud, but it's just a good show. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm a prehistoric nut, so you guys know how I am. So
what you heard was me. I am in your walls.
Get out of there! Get out! I just need to make sure my pizza. I have my oven going on. I need to put the pizza in when it finishes. So I yeah, because I want my pizza to be done like uh before 8. I probably won't join Sam immediately for Lethal Company. I might watch him a little bit, but then I'll probably join him afterwards. We'll see. What are the boys doing in the Discord right now? Oh, Cat's streaming some weird games. Oh, look at him go.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm looking at us. Like, wait. Okay, well, we'll stop teasing them in Discord. Okay. I think this stream is mainly just gonna be doing this tent, guys, because I think I'm glad we got this going though. I'm very happy. We got something going at least. That's pretty poggers. Smart UV Project is my friend. I like to use my friend a lot. He is pretty cool. He makes my life a little bit easier instead of having to unwrap manually. A lot of this stuff is such basic geometry that there's really no reason for me to actually manually unwrap it. So unless I was doing like really complicated geometry that required me to like specifically texture certain parts, and then I would probably do like unwrapping. But in this case, it's all this stuff is so basic, like so straightforward that I can just Smart UV Project. Okay, actually, I'm gonna BRB real quick. I'm gonna go put my stuff in the oven here real quick. So I will be right back here. Turn the music down a little bit here. Actually, no, I'll be right back, guys. 1 sec. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, I got an alarm set here for my food. So, frozen pizza is weird because like I don't know if it's our oven being weird, but when I put in the pizza in the oven, like frozen pizza, and then if I let it cook for like the full duration that it says to cook it, like one side of it won't be as like fully cooked as the other, so I have to set a timer to like go there halfway through the cook and like rotate the pizza 180 degrees just so that I make sure both sides get fully cooked. It's weird. But it's just like whatever. So did you be like down this bitch winner? So I'm back. Yeah, this is coming along pretty nicely actually. We're gonna make this like very non-detailed. That oh, there you go. A lot of this update for the Wanderer is just making like basic geometric stuff. When I work on the the Spooktality map stuff, that's gonna be exciting because I have a couple challenges I have to do for that. Also, I heard VRChat is potentially hosting a new World Jam, and they're gonna be announcing the details on Friday. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit tempted. I am a wee bit tempted to give it a try, but I think I might not because I need to work on this instead. Like it'd be cool to sit down and try and do a world jam, but I just don't think I have the skill set to really pull that off. because it also has to be Quest compatible as well, and I just don't know if I could really um really pull that off properly, I would say. So hey, maybe, who knows? I guess it just depends. Like, because if I was gonna make us, it looks like they're gonna be going for maybe a space themed um world GM, and it's like, space theme. So think about Space Jam. Some concerns about exploring that one. I assume that's gonna be like a space themed one, but they usually have certain like conditions and whatnot. I mean, most of it's like, you know, Quest compatibility and stuff, which is like, yeah, fair enough. But I don't know how interested, what's the actual criteria for this upcoming one. I haven't really looked at it, so okay, we're gonna quickly save a new file here real quick. This stream has been pretty productive because we basically got a new tent model set up here. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I think the only difference is I might flip this, but otherwise I'll probably just keep it like that and just be like, that's fine. We could... Oh, I just realized. Oh yeah, because this is mirrored. All right, I forgot the UVs are mirrored here, so I'm gonna have to probably unwrap it again just to make sure it's all consistent. But actually, you know what? I might as well do that right now. Actually, get rid of that. Apply the mirror modifier. Scale. Smart UV. UV projects. Set it to 2 or maybe 1. There we go. That's better. Well, we're not always much a fan of space type maps. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. If I had to do a space type map for a jam, gosh, I mean a space station, I guess. Or the surface of the moon would be like the easiest thing, maybe. Just something quick and easy. I mean, like, it just depends on how much time they give you, because a lot of jams are like, oh, you don't have a lot of time. Like the whole point is that you're supposed to do it quick. I don't really know what I would make. I mean, like, I guess like a basic space station maybe. But I mean, everyone would probably do that. I don't know. I probably wouldn't do anything that's like functionally crazy because I don't really have that skill. But yeah. Heights. Oh yeah. Well, if you're in space, it might be a little bit different, but yeah, I mean, space height is kind of more of a concept in space than anything. So, but yeah, I don't know what I would do for space. I mean, I could do like an observatorium or something if I really wanted to. Like, I could probably speed model building for like an observatorium, and then maybe have like a texture on the inside that's like basically like the sky, or something. Oh, and then have like maybe a model of the solar system that kind of like actually rotates around each other and stuff. Maybe. I would probably do something like that, like something basic. Maybe like a little outdoor environment, with a observatorium in the center, and then inside of it is like a model of the solar system and stuff with a telescope coming out maybe, and then like the starry sky. Just something basic like that. But I don't know what the criteria is for the jam, so I'd probably wait until I hear back from them, because you know, you never know if it's gonna be something different maybe. I don't know. Guess we're gonna have to find out. But I assume it's just gonna be space themed, so. Oh god, I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Excuse me, sorry. I see, like, we're getting to the point in the stream where it's like my mind is starting to turn into goo, which is okay because like we've already gotten this done, so this is actually really nice. So I kind of want to go ahead and just get all this merged together, but I'm wondering how I'm going to do the texturing. Although from the looks of it, it looks like the corner pieces will be a different color than the actual interior, and then we'll just have we'll have 3 materials. I think we'll have 1 color, 2 color, and then the metal. We'll actually go ahead and just set up the metal I think here real quick. For example, if it's like an open top ship, like a pirate ship suddenly traveling through space, we might seriously rethink the ride. Oh, like motion set? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. See, now I kind of feel like starting working on that observatorium, honestly. But I think I'll wait until I hear about the jam. Honestly, I wonder if, like, depending on how long the jam is, I should just sit down and just do that. Like, maybe take a short break from all the Wanderer stuff and just pump out something for the jam. Just like take a break from the Wanderer for a bit, and I'll come back to it, like, obviously. But then, like, I'll just focus like my attention on that and just to get something out there, and just see if I could actually pull it off. I mean, it'd be really interesting. Oh, that's my timer. 1 sec. All right, 1 sec. I gotta go flip my pizza. I'll be right back. 1 sec. Okay. Oh, I know. You said you said, oh, if we have to defend the ship and might get knocked off, then we'll pass. Yeah, I know exactly what map you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Aether's Maw personally, but I can understand potentially not wanting to do that. So fair enough. I had a lot of fun with that map. That was very nice. But yeah, no, fair enough. If you're not into that kind of stuff, it happens. Um, so okay, so this is all gonna be so this and okay, wait, one more thing we gotta do. Okay, so this one's gonna have 2 materials. So you're gonna be metal, and then you're gonna be just I'm gonna call it color 1. You know, we didn't even make it to the ship. Yeah. Well, that kind of map has like the same kind of stuff as Outer Wilds in terms of like, the gravity being really wonky and stuff, but it's I personally enjoyed it, but if you have some hella motion sickness, then yeah, you're gonna probably have a bit of a hard time actually getting going there. So I understand completely, don't worry. I'm just like so used to it that it doesn't really bother me, but it just depends on the person. So I think Centauri is actually working on another update for Aether's Maw. I think they're actually doing like a PvP thing for Aether's Maw, like using that like ship functionality. Also, Aether's Maw is also a map that actually has creator economy stuff integrated into it. I know the creator economy has become a bit more open now, since like they've actually opened up the creator economy for submissions, and I've thought about it, but I don't have the Wanderer to a point where I'd want to do that. Um, I don't even know. I've still debated about the Wanderer having any sort of creator economy integration. Because like it'd be kind of cool for like the devs commentary stuff, but I don't know if the Wanderer will have that personally. So Fear of Heights, yeah. Like I think I've talked about creator economy a bit for the Wanderer, but I think the biggest extent I'd go with the creator economy for the Wanderer is you could do like maybe 100 VR chat credits to hear like dev commentary throughout the map and stuff. That would probably be like the big thing, I think. I couldn't really think of anything else because like places like the Black Cat, they have it to where you can like change the way the map looks and stuff, and like add like cosmetics to the goose and stuff. And it's like, I guess I could do that, but with Fred, if I really wanted to like let you guys have a creator economy stuff, you could just pay to have Fred have like a special hat or something. I don't know. But then again, I guess that falls into like a weird area because I didn't technically make the model for Fred, so I don't actually know what the whole legality of that is. But and then the other thing is like potentially if you wanted to make the Wanderer look different, like with decorations and stuff. So, but then it was like, okay, I'd have to have all that in the scene and loaded and stuff. I just don't know. I wouldn't lock like fast travel behind a paywall. Absolutely not. Private rooms, I've thought about maybe making one of them be a creator economy thing, but that just doesn't really seem like it's gonna do anything. So I'm just probably not gonna do that. Mainly the dev commentary. I think that's something people would be fine paying like 100 VR chat credits to hear. And then if like Fred, if I really wanted to like give him like decorations he could pay for VR chat credits, and I mean maybe, but I don't really see anyone actually doing that. I don't know. I guess it depends on how many people actually spend VR chat credits. I did hear that the Just Be Club, apparently the guy who made the Just Be Club has become the first VR chat millionaire. As in, like, he's gotten 1 million VR chat credits from, like all the creator economy stuff integrated into Just Be Club. And I don't know how much that translates into, but that's got to be like a decent amount of money. 1 million VR chat credits. What's the ratio of VR chat credits to money? I can't remember what the actual ratio was. I'm gonna look it up real quick. So it's like VR chat credits, conversion. Dude, where is it? I wanna find what the conversion. I don't think it's 100 to 1. Ongoing services payout. Oh, payouts. Here we go. You must have at least. Okay, you know that's fine. Payout requests. Yeah, that's just like every day. Oh, the current exchange rate for payouts is $0.005 per earned credit. So wait, I kind of want to do the math real quick. Okay, so if you have 1 million VR chat credits and you multiply that by 0.005, oh, that's 5,000 US dollars. Well, that's not including like how much gets taken out as well. So, but needless to say, you're not really making a living, I would say, unless you're getting that much per month, in which case, yeah. But I guess it depends on like subscriptions and stuff, because there are subscriptions, like VR chat subscription stuff you can do as well. So if you get enough credits coming in, then you could potentially be making enough to pay your bills per month if you have like a subscription set up for your VR chat group, like clubs and whatnot. But I don't think the Wanderer is going to have anything like that. I don't think I'm going to have you guys. I mean, I might have a subscription for like if you want to support me through VR chat credits, but that's about it. Also, be right back. My pizza is done, so I'm going to go take it out of the oven real quick. So, one sec, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, back. Sorry. But yeah, no, like see what's weird is like, I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to do. I think what I will probably end up doing with the creator economy is the Wanderers Innkeeping group will probably have like a subscription part, and if you want to support what I do, you can subscribe. And I'll hopefully have it to where that can integrate into the maps so that you'll have access to just like perks. But I still need to set up like that whole system where, maybe you get like the fast travel stuff, or maybe there's like an icon above your head or something, stuff like that basically. Um, but I mean, that's just like if you want to support me. I would maybe give it like a little bit of perks and whatnot. So that would be kind of interesting, I would say. And then that's really about it. If I started making more VR chat worlds, and okay, so like the whole Spooktality map thing, if I wanted to integrate creator economy into that, I'd probably make some kind of system where like there's something really basic, like, oh, you could pay this minute, like maybe 100 credits to have like a funny hat on the monster or something stupid like that. But like ideally the principal idea is just like, I don't know, creator economy is interesting. It just depends on if you're giving out a product that people want to have and they want to support you because of it. Like I don't think I'm at that size or at a point where I have anything like that. I mean, we have, I don't know. One pen, one sky, how it once possibly seems on. Oh yeah, understandable. I'm trying to think like what was I talking about? Like the creator economy stuff. Um I think my inevitable thing with the creator economy is I'll probably have a subscription role in the group for the innkeeping for people who want to support what I do. Hopefully try and give some benefits to that if I can figure out how that system works. But ideally just have it there as like a if you want to support what I do. And then have like just a set like, oh, you can pay this much credits in the if you're in the Wanderer to have like dev commentary, and then that's probably about it. I don't really have any other plans for creator economy stuff in the Wanderer unless like I forget what I was gonna do initially. So it just depends. And then if I ever make any future VR chat maps, it just depends on what it is. Like if I make the Spooktality one, then like I said, yeah, I could maybe do something where like you could pay VR chat credits to either donate, or you could use the VR chat credits to like get like a perk or well, not a perk, but like you could get like a cosmetic thing, or something. But I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but like I think the creator economy stuff applies more to places like clubs that have like really popular VR chat maps, basically, like Black Cat and stuff and whatnot. Like those kind of places benefit from that because they can actually like because they have a lot of traffic, and it's like, yeah. I mean, I mean, most people probably aren't going to spend VR chat credits going to like a random VR chat world that has nobody there and then spending credits there for whatever reason, unless you just have a bunch of credits. We doubt there will. We doubt there would be an issue with giving hats for stuff if you're making it that. Yeah, no, the hats would just be on him by default, but they'd be off. And then if you paid the credits, it would just turn the hat on and stuff. Just super basic like that. I mean, yeah, like at the end of the day, a lot of the creator economy stuff for the Wanderer would be more cosmetic. Like I said, dev commentary, and then maybe like funny hats for Fred or whatever. That's pretty much about it. Essentially. I mean, the Black Cat has an interesting system where they actually like have the different decorations that you can buy and put up. So like I don't know if those are global or if they're local. I'm assuming they're local. Because it would kind of be weird if like it has to be local because there's no way like if two people buy decorations and they want to put them up and then like one person, yeah, I think it would be just a local thing, I think. Like what if there was a system to attach hats on him? I don't know about that, but I'd just keep it basic. I wonder if the Great Pug actually has creator economy stuff. I never thought about that. I don't know if Owlboy has actually done any greater economy stuff in the Great Pug yet. I don't even know what he would do. Like, he doesn't really strike me as the kind of guy that's gonna like do what the Black Cat does, where they have like the different decorations and stuff. He doesn't really strike me as the kind of guy who would do that. I mean, I think he might have a subscription stuff on the Great Pug group. I think the most that Owlboy will probably do is just have like subscription stuff in the Great Pug group, I would say. That's like the best I can think of. So okay, let's do a little recap here. So color 2 is going to be these folds here. Color 1 is going to be the main tint color. The metal is going to apply to these bands here. And then the wood is going to apply to the little things here. So this technically has 4 materials, but we are reusing materials in the actual scene. So once again, it's still technically fine, unless there's some weird issue with like having those many material slots on it. If that causes an issue, I'm not really sure. So I don't know. One sec, let me check something real quick. I don't know. Oh, you're gonna go to bed? Good night, Ryan. You have a good one. Thank you for dropping by. Like the Black Cat decorations were local, but the goose seemed global. Yeah, no, the goose makes sense for being global. And then you could just attach whatever decorations you want onto it for fun. And then everyone has their own local decorations and stuff, so it's whatever. The decorations definitely have to be local because it just wouldn't make sense to make them global. Because like if 2 people come into the instance and they both buy decorations, they're gonna have to fight with each other to be which one's gonna have the decorations to be global. So yeah, it makes sense to be local. I think one of the funny things that also cracked me up too was the video player in the Black Cat, you have to actually be a supporter to actually put stuff on. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm thinking about doing that too for the Wanderer. I think I might just make it to where if you have to be a supporter to actually have access to the video player. So I might just do that. Like, I don't know. I think that just might be a nice little perk I might put away. Cause like, I mean, the video player is all right, but it would be nice to like, to make it to where, oh, supporters are the ones that can do the video player stuff, in the Wanderer. So we might end up putting that behind there. Okay, well, good news, guys. We've basically supporter meaning Patreon, Twitch. Yes. So initially, like, okay, so the system would be, if you subscribe to the group in VR chat, through the VR chat credit stuff, it would automatically have you be access to it. But then I would love to also make it to where if you're a Patreon and Twitch supporter, I would go in and like update the permissions to also include you. That would be like a monthly thing. But the nice thing is I believe there's ways to integrate like VR chat subscribers directly into the world. But yes, I would also include Patreon and Twitch supporters as well. Because you guys, like anyone that's like giving me money on like a subscription based thing, yeah, I would hopefully include them as well. So the Great Book and the Chains went to mine and the decorations maybe reference to do with the drinking system. Yeah, Owlboy doesn't really change too much with the Great Puck, which I think is fine, honestly. I mean, I've always wondered if he was ever going to make the Great Pug Quest compatible, but I think we all got our answer when he basically made the separate version of the Pug that was Quest compatible. So I think he's made it kind of clear that he's probably not going to ever make the main version of the Great Pug be Quest compatible. Which I think that's deliberate, because I think there are people that hang out at the Great Pug regularly that like go there mainly because it's not Quest compatible and they don't have to deal with the kids. So that's probably why he's never updated the main version to be Quest compatible. Also because it's probably just hard. I mean, like same reason like Wanderer isn't Quest compatible. It's because it's hard. So, all right, guys, look at this. We have an actual freaking tent made now. Wowee, that's done. We're gonna quickly just like, before I do literally anything else, I'm just gonna quickly make these a little bit lower to the ground. And we're gonna make sure these is set to, yeah, make it a little bit lower. There we go. Yeah, and he does a little parties there every so often. I have not talked to Foulboy in a long time. He was actually the person that helped me like do the bell system at the Wanderer. Like he was the one that told me how that works because I remember asking him about it. But I have not talked to Owlboy since like God, like 2018. I don't know. It's just one of those things where like we're not in the same like social circles and we just never interact. Like I haven't like I haven't like gone out of my way to outreach and hang out with him kind of thing. It's the same way with him. You know, we have like our own like circles, like social circles and stuff. So, would love to talk to him again, but I just never get around to outreaching to him and stuff. He seems to be doing all right though, all things considered. So, um, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and export this tent real quick. I'm gonna also probably go ahead and just do the light map UVs real quick so I don't forget about them. I should be doing that more often, honestly. So we're gonna take this and we're going to go here. Like you can't see it, but my light map UV is behind me. Don't worry about that. And then we're going to light map UV, and then we're going to go to UV editing actually before I do this. So right now we're currently on Nexus Atlas. Okay, so that's those are technically the light map UVs right now. I mean, it's not perfect, but you can always adjust them later. And then here's the normal UVs. So that should be all right. So fun little tidbit, by the way. I know I'm in the way. So behind my head is the actual UV map section, and I'm sorry I can't move right now, but here I can actually just do this. So behind me is the UV map section, and the first UV map is for the actual texturing, and then I have a second UV layer. This one is specifically for light mapping, because when you do light mapping, it'll actually use the second UV layer for the light maps if you don't actually set them to generate light maps. So I always set my own. I always create my own light maps when I'm doing models because I like you doing that more so than the one that gets generated in Unity because it's always kind of scuffed in Unity. So yeah. Sorry, I was like, oh man, my headache all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, we've been lurking in we've been lurking in the Discord for the past few months. Oh, he has a Discord for the Great Pug. I think I knew that. I just never joined it. Is it actually active? I on a similar story. I actually joined a long time ago. I joined the Discord for the not for the Black Cat. Sorry, for the Mad Cat. If you guys remember that bar that I went to, the old Mad Cat. I actually joined the map Discord for that server, and I was like, I looked through it, and it was just like, this is dead. This is like absolutely dead. Like people, there's some like it's just nobody's talking in here. Like it's like posts that haven't been posted in like a week or two. Like nobody's talking in here. There's not that many people in here. Like I was like, damn, that sucks. Because the Mad Cat is a very not very visible to most. Yeah. Maybe it might be the Great Pug Discord might actually just be like a friends Discord, kind of like how the cupboard is. The cupboard is technically the map Discord for the cupboard, but at the same time, the cupboard is also like my close friends central like Discord for our close friends group essentially, because that's where we all met. We all met at the cupboard. So the cupboard is our friends group Discord. So wasn't sure at one point where they added, but have you ever heard of the crawling arrows? Sometime back, you referenced a guy that was doing 500 laps on a Great Pug by marking his route via very low arrows. Wasn't sure at one point when they added, but have you ever heard of I've never heard of that, no. A guy that was doing 500 laps around the Great Pug by marking his route via very... That's cool, though. That's a nice little, like, fact. I like that. Okay, I think we have enough time to at least get Unity open here and get this tent imported here. But I don't think we're gonna be doing any more models today. But I can at least open up my to-do list and remove tents because we got that done today. So tents are now modeled. I'm gonna get that off my to-do list. Voila, that's awesome. In terms of the next models we are going to be working on, we need to work on a dock for the lake, and then we need to work on a bridge. Now, I may or may not do those off stream. We'll see. But once we get the bridge and the dock done, then we need to work on setting up the campsites, which we've gotten the tent done, so that's like the next step there. We need to work on connecting the power pole splines, work on tweaking the lake and the waterfalls a little bit. Rocks are definitely going to be a huge thing. I need to really work on that actually, and then working on the trees and stuff and getting all that set up. And then after that, it's just like getting things cleaned up and getting all the story stuff implemented. So we're getting close. We're getting to the finish line. So it's pretty freaking cool. All right, Unity. Open you. There we go. All right, for now, we're going to close that. And here we are again. Those arrows are mostly missed because they are at the crawling avatar height. Yeah, I've never noticed it. I have no clue what that is, so I don't think I've ever seen that. Well, the music is all loud all of a sudden. One sec, turn it down. I gotta refresh the page one sec here. Wait. That's cool. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that the Great Pug has like interesting like stories like that. The Wanderer has stuff like that too. I mean, we have that here as well. Like the alligator in the barrel kind of thing, and then yeah. So, this is not where I wanted this. Do I have the campfire actually? Campsite. Here we go. I think the guy crawling all the way up and down the Great Pug. I think the guy. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's cool. All right, there's a new tents. Do like a little side by side comparison here, real quick. Like. All right, so there you go. There's our side by side comparisons. We've got the new tents and we've got the old tents. I'm gonna be honest. I think I did a great job. I think these look pretty freaking good. Like I think this will be like sufficient for people who want to hang out. Like, I mean, I could put like a sleeping bag in here. That might be the next thing I do. But for now, this is like perfect. So, that's freaking awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get the materials applied here. So we have wood, which I think we're just gonna do a really basic wood texture. Actually, we're gonna do where is it? I think it's this one. Yeah. What does that look like if I put that on there? I mean, I might have to increase the UV scale a little bit here, but that's fine. Metal. We're just gonna slap the black metallic on here. I think that's just fine. That works for our purposes. And then we have two colors. We have color 1 and color 2. I believe we actually have folders specifically for basic colors. I'm gonna check real quick. I mean, we don't have to put basic colors. We can actually put yeah, here. So we could do. I don't want these to be metallic though. That's the thing. So we might have to make separate colors that aren't metallic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do non-metallic, and we're gonna make let's see, material. We'll just do like what colors are we thinking for the tent? I think blue and green maybe. Maybe we should do like Wanderer colors, maybe. I will do blue and green now. We'll just do blue and green. Don't make this metallic. Give this like a nice blue tint here, I would say, like that. We'll call this like dark blue. And then we'll duplicate this and we'll make this one like green, I would say. Okay. And then we gotta go back and find the we gotta go back and find the tent model. Dark green. Dark blue. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, we gotta flip that. You go there. You go there. Not sure how I'm feeling about this. Might be worth putting like a cloth texture or a tarp. Actually, do we have a? I just realized, do we have a tarp? It looks really. I would have to change the I would have to change the UV scaling of this, I think. But that could work. Or just to resize it. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Is a little bit too light in my opinion. Let's turn that down a little bit. Are we thinking blue? I don't know. I'm thinking more like. I mean, blue might be okay. We could do purple. Like we could just recreate the purple and black. I don't know. See, this is a problem with texturing, is I suck at it. I can model stuff, but God, texturing stuff. Oh my gosh. Around the bar, down the hallway, up the stairs, across the second floor, up the roof, around the coffee table, then on the way back down the stairs, first floor, then repeat. Oh, are you still talking about that? Invested story, I guess. Yeah. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this color scheme. It's a little weird. I mean, these are just plain colors as well, so it's not really that good. I think what we'll do is we'll leave it for now. But this is going to be the new campsite stuff, and then we could just like slap on different colors or different color palettes if you want to make variety and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and apply and go ahead and get this in position. I like it though. I think it's turned out pretty good, all things considered. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get that done. So, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, I kind of want a new tent model. I think it's gonna bother me if I don't do it. So yeah, now we got like a nice little tent model here too. I think the texturing definitely needs work though, because I don't think the basic colors might work, but we kept finding more of them. Yeah. I should do stuff like that for the Wander, but I just like sometimes I just can't really think of things. Like Gator Barrel used to be here, but I haven't gone back to add it because this technically isn't a separate material. I think I was supposed to put like a photo in here or something, but I just never got around to it. I still remember that story. There's a couple things I could maybe reference, but I just never get around to it. So still gotta do. I still, honestly, I still kind of want to go back and like completely redo all the furniture on the first floor. Like a lot of this stuff I'm not really happy with, like especially the center area. I mean, I think it's okay, but like I feel like I could do better. And like the stalls and stuff. So I do kind of want to sit down and actually redo all this furniture eventually. I don't think I'll do it this update, but that will be its own update. So but yeah, no, I'm kind of happy with how this tent turned out, guys. I'm gonna be honest, that's a good session for modeling, I think. Next time if we do another dev stream, it'll probably be Thursday, and if not Thursday, then it'll probably be maybe Saturday. But the next dev stream, I don't know exactly what we'll be working on because I might get some stuff done off stream. Like I might go ahead and just get the bridge and the dock made off stream. I know for a fact I'm probably not going to stream working on the splines because that's just going to be a lot of tedious. That's just going to be a very tedious process of getting all the splines in position, and I have to connect them to this, and then I have to connect them to the power lines, and then I have to connect all of these power lines together. So that's going to take a while. So we're probably not going to do a dev stream of the spline stuff. I'll do that off stream probably. What's my to-do list say? Lakes, waterfalls, and rocks, and the environment stuff. That's probably going to be the last thing we do once we get all the models done, because I need to completely overhaul the environment and kind of figure out like what I want to do for like an aesthetic. Also think the surprise when I started getting into it. Yeah, I know. I need to add it back. I know. We have a few more things I still need to model, but otherwise we are getting close to the point where I can actually start like finalizing things, I think, or at least like getting like the environment, because the environment's going to be the big thing, right? Like I really want this environment to be good. So I think once I get all this other stuff done, then I'll actually sit down and be like, okay, what am I missing? What do I need to do? Because I still want to recreate this environment from Pacific Drive. I think that's the aesthetic I want to go for, and it's like, okay, well, how do I do that? So I'm gonna have to sit down and really think about that. And we might even do a dev stream where I'm making the actual foliage assets and tree it maybe. Because this game, yeah, because like I do want to recreate this if possible. So it's gonna be rough though. But yeah. But anyway, I think we are going to stop here because I'm kind of creatively pooped out because we got the tent done, so that's awesome. I'm very happy about that. That's actually making me very happy today. And I might sit down and do some research on environment stuff to get that all set up for later. But hey, we got something off the to-do list today though. That's nice. I could probably get another thing knocked off the to-do list pretty quickly here, which is primarily just getting the sign stuff set up over there. But yeah. Oh man, I got a pizza waiting for me. So anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap up here. I could wait for Sam to start streaming, but I'm probably just gonna ping in the Discord when he starts streaming. So yeah. Well, you guys enjoy yourself. You guys have a good night. And I'll hopefully be joining Sam and them for Lethal Company in just a bit here. So if you want to watch me there, you can watch on you could watch at Sam's stream. I'll go ahead and just shout him out real quick here. Okay, that didn't actually work, but you get the idea. But yeah, no, yeah, I'll see you guys later.